Hello, everyone. Here's Amelia. And as you may well know, I'm a recruiter and also career coach in the edu and edtech space. And today I thought that I would just share with you quickly a job that is available and from Magma Math. And I think that any teacher who is a maths teacher could potentially apply for this role, provided they kind of adapt their CV a little bit. But I wanted to go through the job description in more details just to showcase what I would probably look into when redesigning and adjusting your CV a little bit. So they are sharing a little bit here about what Magma Math is. I know that Magma is growing really, really rapidly in the UK, and they are now growing as well in the US and Europe. I've actually met a few of the folks from Magma at different events last year and this year. And I always wear a very colorful outfits. So that's, yeah, just they stand out definitely. So the role, you will work with a broader curriculum team focusing on curriculum for the UK market, which you will be the owner of. So basically, this tells you that ideally you should know the UK math curriculum. And it's important to highlight that in your CV. The aim is to ensure that math content is present and well aligned for UK customers, which includes aligning content to all different countries in the UK. All right, so we have countries in the UK, I guess we have Wales, England, Scotland, Northern Ireland. So you might want to showcase the knowledge of that too. And then you'll be reviewing math problems and collaborating with AI models to generate relevant contents. So it basically tells you that, yes, you will be reviewing math problems, and then you will also use different AI models to generate content probably related to those problems. You should ensure that teachers have a fantastic experience on the Magma platform, where the curriculum serves as a means for both teachers and students to achieve better math lessons. Okay, so in here, they are highlighting the fact that the teachers have to have fantastic experience. So since you're a curriculum lead, right, curriculum manager, you have to make sure probably that whatever you're presenting is easy to read, to go through, and probably quite engaging for the teachers, and they are able to find everything relatively quickly. You will also support salespeople in meetings when curriculum expertise is needed. You will play a key role in gathering feedback from relevant internal and external stakeholders to determine how we should further develop our curriculum offering. Here, so when thinking of writing your CV, you need to highlight the fact that you cross collaborate with different stakeholders. Stakeholders mean basically different people in your school, for example. So you have maybe different departments. Maybe you have, I don't know, head teachers, parents. But what's important here is that you can also present. So probably during those sales meetings, you'll be joining salespeople who are talking to prospective customers or existing customers, and they would like you to go through the math curriculum to showcase what the platform does, what it offers. And your task would be to get also the feedback from not only probably from the salespeople. So basically, when going into those meetings, you'll have to be prepared for those meetings. So maybe the salespeople can give you more feedback about the customers that you are meeting, what their needs are. Usually at this stage, salespeople should have spoken to the customers, so they should have done a discovery. So discovery is a series of questions when trying to determine what the problems are. So I think would be interesting to know from the internal perspective, so within the team, but also you will have to gauge what sort of other problems that maybe they haven't highlighted before. We continue. You'll be working in a team of 5, and for the right person, leadership opportunities will arise starting fall 2026. Okay, so this role is a good one. So if you are thinking, or if you already have leadership skills, you want a kind of easier transition into more corporate world, I think this would be a good one, especially bearing in mind that there is an opportunity to be promoted later on this year. At Magma Map, we work very closely across teams. So again, this is team collaboration. You're working across different teams. So it could be a sales team, people who are selling the product, account managers, so people who are looking after, let's say, the schools. You might be working with a product team. It relates to the software itself. Customer success. So these are usually people who, work with schools, and it's about training the schools and teachers as well. So allowing you the opportunity to gain insight into how sales, product development, and customer success operate. For those who are eager to try new things, there are endless opportunities to expand responsibilities and grow within the company. Just so you know, I actually work with a number of people who are previous or former educators, and they started as a curriculum designers, curriculum managers, and they progress within the organization. So I think it's more or less an entry point very often for teachers to go in and work outside of the classroom environment. Okay, so now we're going to go through the section that tells us about who you are and what you know. So we look for a team member who wants to take a large ownership of developing the math curriculum experience in Magma Maps for the UK market. Okay, so they want you to know math curriculum in the UK, and they want you to oversee it. So ideally, they're looking for someone who has done that already. So highlighting those skills and the fact that you have done it across the UK is super important. And to succeed, you need be very ambitious and like chasing challenging targets. I think if you work in the education sector, I'm sure you're very ambitious and you like chasing challenging targets. I mean, at the moment, I think teaching kids is relatively challenging. You know, overseeing teachers in a school, I think this is something that most teachers have already. Be extremely output oriented and find satisfaction in driving projects to completion. Again, I think most of teachers have that already. Eager to learn new things and either have a thorough understanding of mathematical curricula or be open to learning rapidly. So again, I think in the current market, candidates who have understanding of all the curricula probably will have a bigger chance of securing the role. Having said that, if you have only, insight into one curricula, but other understanding of other curriculums, that's great. And this is something that you would need to highlight in your CV. Next bullet point is that you are goal-oriented and accustomed to working towards deadlines. Again, I think the teachers do have that already, but I think what it tells me here is that probably maybe they have different projects and they have to be delivered on time. So if you have sort of experience working towards projects when there is an end date to it, again, worth highlighting. You're great at communicating. I mean, who in education isn't great at communicating? But again, it's not something, obviously this is obvious for you, but it's not obvious for someone who is reading your CV. So understanding or highlighting who you've communicated with. So obviously you're grading your communication with kids, for example, sometimes very tricky kids, with parents, with other co-workers, other teachers, and be hardworking and willing to join a fast-paced and rapidly growing startup. So obviously the startup environment is relatively different than school environment. Things are changing, new people are coming, priorities are shifting. Well, I guess it is very similar to education sector in a way. But I think in here there is less red tape and bureaucracy. So that's worth remembering. Okay, the requirements. Bachelor's degree, English speaking, attention to detail, good understanding of K-12 math. A background in education is not a prerequisite, but a great asset when working with curriculum. I think this is a no-brainer. And I think because it's a, K-12 math, who knows who has a good understanding of K-12 math? I think predominantly teachers. Okay, so what they offer, you will play a key role in. I think Magma is really on an exciting journey, and the fact they are bringing people from who have experience in K-12. I know that pedagogy is super important to them. I know they've done a lot of research when designing their product. They're continuing doing a lot of research, so I think it's a great company with a great vision as well. We are a young company with ambitious targets and meaningful goals. They want to go to other markets. So if you happen to have experience in maths from other countries, for example, like Europe and US, that's a bonus, I think, and it might be worth highlighting that. Having said that, they might be looking for a separate person who oversees that. But if you are a leader with that knowledge, that's really, really good. Fantastic colleagues in a fun environment with great opportunities to learn. I've met some of them. They're very fun, hardworking, but fun. Full-time job with salary and benefits. I think for this one, you probably expect something in the range of 40 to 50K, probably, plus some benefits. An opportunity to work for a meaningful mission and have an exceptional impact on education, society, and how children learn math across the world. They want you to start as soon as possible. The office is in London, and it's also 5-day a week in office culture. So you'll have to go to an office in London. So yeah, if you feel that you are the right candidate, I will definitely suggest filling in the application form, but most certainly update your CV to highlight the things that they have recommended here. This is a very generic, very general job application, and whatever they're looking here is quite, in my opinion, quite vague. But I think what stands out is the fact that you need to be aware of the Magma curricula across the UK. And you have to highlight that. You have to be ambitious, you want to work to targets, to deadlines, creative, and they want you to actually speak also with other stakeholders. So it's not only about building the curriculum, but also working with other departments, i.e. sales, product, and customer success, plus other schools. So probably they want you to be kind of presenting well. Yeah. And this is something that you could highlight in your CV too. So to apply for this role, they're asking you some questions. So when you're available to start, your salary expectations. So it depends. For some teachers are asking whether they need to go down on the salary, and they have to go back. I wouldn't necessarily say that should be the case. I think you should basically put what you feel is right for you. There are really numerous roles. Some people say just to put 00 and the number of zeros that is equivalent to the salary brackets you want to go for. My suggestion is probably like you can choose either. I can put your real salary expectations, or put 00 if you are quite flexible. But as I said, I think this one is going to be probably between 40 to 50K. That's my opinion. Okay, so there's nothing that has nothing to do with the job, but I think that's the market. What makes you a great fit? Again, I would really suggest highlighting the fact that you are very proactive, that you are, that you know the curricula, you work across different departments, you want to learn, you want to grow, and you have these are the skills. But I think at the moment it's working across departments, and also the curricula. Are you willing to work 5 days from the office? Are you fluent in English? Then apply with LinkedIn or fill in the details here. So first name, your email, phone number, upload your CV, updated CV. If you have any additional files, maybe you have you've created curricula for math somehow, maybe you can include that. And cover letter. Not many people will read the cover letter, but there are some, both hiring managers and candidates, who mentioned that they got the job because of the cover letter. And sometimes the CV doesn't necessarily show you why you want to apply, experiences, and the outcome. But within the cover letter, you can actually show more of your personality. So I will definitely suggest to write a short cover letter. Obviously, everyone is using AI these days, and it's totally fine. Just make sure that it's actually you edit it and put your spin on it.